Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler free series reviews I've been doing for the while now. I go over there try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing this one because if I keep forgetting to do it, it's gonna go bad in my fridge, and I don't want that to be the case. But we'll get to that. Folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm inside the truck, I'm also wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when those two things coincide, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. Not the case today. Like I said, this has been in my fridge for a little bit. It's a little over a week. Not too bad, but it's one of those things where it's like, a lot of the stuff that I get to review, it doesn't matter. You know, the perishableness of it isn't that bad. You know, I can leave it in the fridge or leave it in the cabinet for a while. This is one of those things where like, no, I need to get to this. So anyway, I picked this up, like it was a little over a week ago. I wanted to go visit a buddy of mine, and he's got this gas station I like to hit up because not only is it just a cool gas station, it's got a lot of interesting stuff, but it's also got a which is a sandwich place, connected to it. And it's always a good opportunity for me to get in some reviews there. But they also have, this is the only place I've ever seen it that has it, boom! It's Don't Forget About Cake. It's cake in a jar. It's cake in a jar. It's cake in a jar. I made that joke the last time I reviewed something from Don't Forget Cake. Specifically, I reviewed their strawberry shortcake some months back. Strawberry shortcake is probably my favorite type of cake. You know, maybe. Pineapple upside down cake is my favorite cake, realistically. But this is their carrot cake. So, can we get a thing? Cake. So yes, it's cake to go for all of your cake to go needs. Now, the thing with carrot cake is you can already get carrot cake to go. They have like those little carrot cake squares that you can get. And they're like wrapped in plastic and shit. I get those sometimes because I like carrot cake quite a bit. I remember when I was a kid, me and my family, we would go to the Baker Square. It shows you how old I am. There's not a lot of those left around. But we would go out to the Baker Square. It was like our favorite spot to eat at that point. And they would have like their cakes, their cakes and their pies. That's what they were famous for. They'd have them up front. Remember, they had a carrot cake. And it was decorated and had the carrots on it. And I was like, I want to try the carrot cake. And I finally got to try the carrot cake, and I was like, I like carrot cake. So, maybe I'll like carrot cake to go. Yeah, it's still in date. We're good. We're good. And if it's anything like the strawberry shortcake, it's more of a cake facsimile. But, we got... where's the thing? Come here. I do have utensils, but this one was freestanding. Like, it looks clean and stuff, but it's like I should probably at least wipe it down a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't have any bits or anything on it. I probably went over there at some point to use it. Like, I probably went to like use the spoon or something like that, and just came out. Looks okay. Let's try a thing. Cat hair. God damn it. It's one of the things I hate most about having a cat. I love my cat, but cat hair all the time, everywhere. It's in my life. Alright. It's very dense. Very dense. No, let go. Come to Brandon. Maybe I can get a better thing. Ha 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 ha. Cake. Ha. Sure, cake. This definitely works better than the strawberry shortcake. For sure. I'm not surprised by that. Because like I said, you can get the little mobile carrot cakes. This is definitely very similar to that. It's got the cream cheese frosting, which is nice. It tastes like cream cheese frosting. It's got, some sweetness, a little bit of tanginess to it. It's good. There's also something else in it. Trying to see if maybe they're raisins or nuts, because you can pretty much either do either. And carrot cake. There's definitely something else in there. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe raisins, because it's not particularly crunchy. Or maybe it's just parts of the cake that are a little bit more dense than others. Because I'm definitely failing at the moment to find anything. So maybe I'm just losing my mind. No, I actually like this. Raisins or nuts or not, I don't know. But I do like it. And like I said, definitely works better than the strawberry shortcake, because one of the great things about proper strawberry shortcake is that it has like a freshness, a liveliness to it. Especially if you get it done properly, where you go over there and you use whipped cream instead of buttercream. Use whipped cream instead of buttercream. I'm not saying for everything. I'm saying for strawberry shortcakes. Use whipped cream, not buttercream. You will get a better result. I worked at a bakery. Trust me, I learned this stuff. But, mind you, I just stocked freezers, but I did talk to the bakers. But yeah. Nice thing with a carrot cake is that it doesn't really have to have that same freshness to it. Like, it can be heavier and a little bit more decadent. It can kind of sit there and hold its own. It's not really going to diminish much with time, because, like, really the only thing that you risk, I mean, obviously it could go bad, but the main thing that you risk is, like, it drying out. Because you don't want dry carrot cake. That's one of the worst things in the world. Now, I will say this isn't the moistest carrot cake I've had, but I wouldn't call it dry either. And there's a sufficient amount of frosting, because you get 2 layers of it, that it works nicely. Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I like carrot cake. This is definitely not top tier carrot cake, but for carrot cake that I got in a jar, sure, why not? Now that said, I do have to go over there and sort of compare it against its competition, which again are those little carrot cake squares that you get. You definitely get more with this, for sure. But you also have to use a utensil to eat it, so, there's a little bit of a convenience factor there. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I think I'd still go for the carrot cake square. I do. Like, it's a simple little thing. It's just got 1 layer of frosting on it. But, like, it's moister, for sure. And at the same time, like, I just feel like it's, even though this, like I said, this does a pretty good job of tasting more or less like a carrot cake, I do feel like that's a little bit more, not, I guess, authentic tasting, if you want. But this is good. Like, it's a genuinely pretty solid thing. They have a few other offerings, like red velvet cake and stuff. Maybe at some point I'll get to those. It depends on whenever I get out to my friend's place. But out of the 2 that I've had, I do prefer this one to the strawberry shortcake. Now, all that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure and sure. So like I said, I've already established that I would probably just go get one of the little squares. But if I was particularly in a carrot cakey mood and I really wanted more carrot cake I have no idea how much this costs. It's been a little bit. But if I wanted more carrot cake, I could see getting it every now and again. wouldn't be a go-to. Like I said, I think I would just go for the squares more often than not. That tends to be sufficient for my carrot cake needs, but it is good for what it is. I definitely don't think it's a bad product. Recommending it, it's like, you know what, if you run into it and you're curious about it, it tastes like a carrot cake. It's not going to be the best carrot cake you ever had. And again, if they have those little squares available, you might just want to go with those. But I would say at least try it out. Because they're, like I said, like, you know, even the strawberry shortcake one, while it wasn't my favorite, I didn't feel like it was the best representation of a strawberry shortcake. It was still decent for what it was. I've enjoyed both of them. You know, it's a very weird little niche product. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, I mean, do what you do with it. That's kind of, you know. So, but it's one of those things, it's like, if you want the real thing, which for me, especially with strawberry shortcake, I want the real thing. Yeah, you know, it's not going to quite scratch that itch, but it's, you know, it'll hold you off for a little bit. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly carrot cake-tastic rest of your life. If I ever fucking find a Baker's Square anywhere close by, there was one for years. Wasn't close, but it was like, you know, not too far. And like I should have taken advantage, but I didn't. And now it's gone. But I know there's still a few around, but they're so few and far between. I would genuinely like to go to a Baker's Square again. Maybe if I find one, I'll do some reviews. Anyway, if I'll do things, number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole, especially when we don't have Baker Squares around to help us out anymore. Baker Square. I miss you. But even in a Baker Squareless existence, like I said, they're still around. It's important when we go over there, we run into situations that are stressful, bum us out, what have you. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing, whatever the thing is for you. That's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you work at like one of the last remaining Baker Squares out there, right? You know, I don't know, there's like maybe 7 of them left in the fucking country for all I know. Maybe you're going to go over there, you're going to watch this, you're going to be like, you know what? That feels heartfelt, because it is. It is. We need to bring back the Baker Square brand. We got to do it. You know, there's all these places that have closed down after the pandemic, locations available. We're going to get this shit going. And we go over there, we start up a Baker Square revolution. And I go over there and finally get to have my cheddar and broccoli soup, because that was a go-to thing for me when I was going to Baker Square. And, you know, more than likely it'll probably be like, yeah, this is okay. Or conversely, hey, if you happen to have a spot, you know, there's a few places like Bennigan's and shit. You know, there's a few Bennigan's around. Not a lot, but, you know. Ruby Tuesday. Yeah. We used to have one of those around here, too, and that one closed down. I went, because I looked this stuff up for potential places to review. And I was like, oh, yeah, there's a Ruby Tuesday. Not too far away. Maybe I'll check that place out. Looked it up, and it's like, no, that's closed. There's none left in Illinois. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Anyway, bye.